Have you tried anything to help your fibromyalgia? And I mean anything. Of course you have, right? Have you tried something other than what your doctors may have prescribed you? What other than drug therapy, right? Now, for most people, that's an easy answer, right? But have you tried things like that? Have you tried supplements? Have you tried a new diet or new exercise routine? Have you tried things like CBD or maybe some other new fad? Maybe you've tried massage or acupuncture, chiropractic, physical therapy, maybe energy medicine, something along those lines. How about counseling or trauma therapy? Have you tried that? Now, I haven't met a single fibromyalgia sufferer that hasn't tried at least a dozen different supplements or therapies. And yet, I hear this same story over and over again. Now, they tried something and it didn't work. Or maybe they tried something and it worked for a little while, but eventually things went back to the way they were. So why is that? Why is this? Why is it that you can try so many things and it doesn't seem to work? I see two major problems with this. And I see them over and over again. And I see this with literally every fibromyalgia sufferer that I work with. So first off, why don't these things work? Or why, if they did work, did they stop working over time? Now the answer here is actually very easy for me. Now remember, I've done countless videos on here. And I've made this point in all of them. And I've talked about the importance of treating all of the involved systems of the body, and specifically to do so in the proper order, in the right order. So when it comes to fibromyalgia, there isn't just one cause. Maybe it started out as one thing, or there was a catalyst that got this whole process going. But as the years progress, and most of the people I talk to have been suffering from this for 5, 10, 15, 20 years, that one thing has caused other problems in the body, in other systems of the body. And this has launched a whole cascade of problems that are now occurring simultaneously. So you can't expect to treat just one of these issues and find any kind of long-term solution. Now, sometimes there are people that claim to have, the solution. You get like a practitioner who has some special diet that they can claim will fix their fibromyalgia. And they do help somebody, help them totally overcome their issues. But then they get another person, and it only seems to help part way. And then another person will get better, but then they'll get worse again. And then another one might get worse from the diet entirely without ever getting relief. See, now in cases like this, there is a singular focus. Just hey, let's fix the gut and all will be well. But actually look at fibromyalgia, really look at it. I mean, you've got pain everywhere. And it's not just pain, right? I mean, sometimes it's stabbing, sometimes it's throbbing, sometimes it's dull and achy. Sometimes the area feels cold, sometimes the area feels hot, or it feels heavy. Sometimes the planes wander from place to place, or it's worse in the morning or just worse in the evening. Now, these are all little alarm clocks in your body. These are all signals telling you that there is a problem occurring somewhere. And I don't just mean where that pain is, but some process in the body is screaming at you in the form of pain that says, hey, I'm not well. I need to fix this. And to just pick one singular focus for this huge variety of pains, not to mention all the other symptoms like fatigue and brain fog and insomnia, it's never going to work. Remember, I've gotten into this many times. Fibromyalgia involves many systems, the lymphatic system, immune system, the cardiovascular system, the digestive system, the hormonal system. That gets intimately involved as well. Now, if you're taking an approach that addresses if you're not taking an approach that takes these into account and in the proper order, you're just not going to have a long-term solution. That's why that's so important. And so I mentioned that I had two problems with this approach. So what is the second issue I mentioned with these trying various approaches for fibromyalgia? And I can sum this up very easily as well. And it's in one word. And that word is try. Now, I see this over and over again. And I interview people all the time who suffer from fibromyalgia for 10, 15, 20 years. And they tell me they tried this supplement for a little while. They tried massage for a little while. They tried acupuncture, CBD, physical therapy, whatever it is. They tried these things for a little while. But try can be a very dangerous word when it comes to fibromyalgia. Now, every year, fibromyalgia sufferers are spending billions, with a B, billions of dollars just trying different things to give themselves some relief. And the actual research will show that the average fibromyalgia sufferer, this could be you, is spending more than $5,000 per year out of pocket just trying things. I mean, my suggestion here is if you're going to try random things, to just stop altogether and save yourself the money. Save yourself the $5,000 per year You'll actually save yourself some stress from doing all these things, which in and of itself will be helpful. You really won't find any long-term solution on any single supplement. Not one single supplement on the market will do it. You won't find it with any cookie cutter diet or cookie cutter manual therapy approach. It's not possible when you look at the entirety of what's going on with fibromyalgia. Your body is not a static organism. Your body goes through changes constantly, all day, every week, every month, every year. Your hormones will naturally fluctuate throughout the day. Your breathing fluctuates, your blood sugars, your mood, your heart rate. These all change all day, every day. And we get into cycles of things. I mean, look at how fibromyalgia affects you seasonally with weather changes, or how it affects you with stress, or when you've exercised, or when you haven't gotten enough sleep. There's too many factors involved for any of these one things to truly bring a long-term solution. And this is why it is so important to utilize someone, an expert, who is capable of adapting to these changes that occur throughout the process of overcoming fibromyalgia. Someone who understands when it is the proper time to move on to a different supplement or to a different approach. When it's time to move from immune system to digestion, to stress, to circulation, to the hormonal system. And the number one key here, you have to make sure that you're not just trying to get some expert guidance. The key here is that you have to have a full-fledged commitment. When you decide it's time for you to make that commitment to leave this condition behind, and now it's finally time to shed the burden of fibromyalgia, you will already be 10 steps ahead in the process. You're already going to start seeing results that just trying these different methods couldn't even come close to achieving, because now you have a commitment to yourself, commitment to what's actually going to happen regardless of where you are day in and day out. Now, I work with a lot of people suffering from fibromyalgia, but I don't work with anyone, not a single person, not a single one who says they just want to try. I don't work with anyone unless they have a firm commitment to loving and properly caring for themselves, because that's where it starts. I know that if that's the space that they are in, if they can make that kind of commitment, they're going to get better. I guarantee it. But if they just want to try, I send them someplace else. I give them the best advice I can, but I can't help that. I can't help that mentality. Now, I'm sure this resonates with a lot of you. I don't just pull this out of my head. I've gotten this from talking to, interviewing thousands of people suffering from fibromyalgia.